Howdy.
I'm embarrassed. I have to say something right off the bat here. I'm embarrassed.
No.
Today is Chris Demm's birthday. All right. I completely forgot. I wanted to, all week long,
Yeah.
we're going to celebrate this man. I've said we're going to celebrate him. Today is Chris Demm's birthday. I've known that for 30 years. I've known when his birthday is.
When did you start caring?
I don't
Who
know.
are we talking to?
I guess that's a good
About
point.
the time he stopped is about the time I started.
How far into the friendship were you like, I got to know this guy's birthday? Because I'll be honest, I am terrible with birthdays. I don't know any of my friends' birthdays.
It's lucky now you have the phone and whatnot.
Yes.
Yeah. I know my wife's, my brother's, and that is pretty much it.
Yeah.
I pride myself on knowing birthdays. You know,
True. It's a strange flex.
I don't know all of them, but
Yeah.
For instance, my friend Dustin, who you call him Fonzie because he was so much cooler than me.
Still is.
And still is. His birthday is October 28th, and I've known that since we were 16 years old. And I saw him 2 years ago. You know, he was in town. Now he lives in Minnesota, and now we're 50-something. And he comes in, and we were talking, you know, he was in town for Christmas, and we were sitting at a table, and he says this and that, and I'll turn 50. And I said, October 28th. And he goes, my God, how did you know that?
It always just halts the conversation
Right. But I know
because it
these-
seems so stalkerish.
Yes. But I know that Kristen's birthday is January 9, period. I've known it for 30 years, as I said, and I pride myself on that and want to celebrate it, obviously. And I told Biggie, we're celebrating. So today we get here, nothing.
I'm cold, tapping away at the machine.
Yep. Didn't enter my mind, didn't even think about it. And you don't even know this, Chris Demm doesn't. About 40 minutes ago, he says, oh, look at what fact checker Rusty just sent me. And I turned, and it was a picture from Seinfeld, a little gif from Seinfeld of Kramer holding a sparkler, you know, like for birthday, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together that today was Chris Demm's birthday. Even then, and I
Even
thought,
seeing it?
even seeing it. So I saw, you know what, my eyes aren't what they used to be either.
Yeah.
So I see it from across the room, and I see
Is that Kramer?
Kramer holding a sparkler. And do you know
But you
what
couldn't read what it said underneath.
No, I couldn't read that it said.
Oh.
Do you know what I thought it was?
Fact checker Rusty's losing it. Guess we can't rely on him much
I
anymore.
thought it was some sort of callous attempt at humor about the wildfires that are going. And I thought,
Oh.
Rusty.
Oh.
I really thought, Rusty.
God.
How could you do something?
You're
like
losing
that?
it, man.
I thought Rusty's lost it. I
Right, you thought
Ru-
Rusty lost
I
it.
thought there's no room for jokes about the
No.
wildfires. There's nothing funny about that.
No,
I thought,
no,
God,
no.
Rusty, how dare you? So I just went back to my work, and then a few minutes later said, oh, and I got a text from the Diesel just after midnight. And I said,
2 minutes past midnight.
and our friend the Diesel. And I said, why? And he said, wishing me happy birthday. And right then I was like, oh my God. That's what
He began to rend his garments
then
in shame.
I realized.
Looks at date.
Yep.
Oh, God.
It's right there on my Reagan wall calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize, that's what Rusty had done. It was a happy birthday, not an attempt at humor on something that has no humor. And Diesel, who was up till past midnight and was the first to give Chris Demm. So now I wanted to be first. Now I'm behind probably Chris Demm's wife,
Correct.
Diesel.
Easily.
AARP,
They never miss.
Mutual Life. Probably about 8 of his wine clubs who emailed him. Because you know everybody gives you something now on your birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
It's amazing, too, when you get a certain age, and Kelly, you're there now, how many steak lunches you get invited to.
Oh, yeah, the funeral homes.
Yes. Hey, you want a pre-plan? How about a steak?
Yeah. You don't want to leave everyone stuck with your funeral, right? You want your wish. You can tell them your wishes.
Do it now. Here, have a steak on us.
Yeah.
And these are nice steaks.
They're
These
nice.
are the good steakhouses.
That's right. That's right. Don't burden your loved ones
Yeah.
with having to plan your funeral.
Yes.
You know, go
Yeah.
ahead and get it out of the way. And so then it hit me like a ton of bricks. I've forgotten my friend's birthday. I sat here for 2 hours and not even referenced it.
Made the whole A block.
A block. I was like, we have to redo A block. It's his birthday, for goodness sake. Rusty beat me. I am so ashamed of that. And I'm ashamed of what I thought of Rusty after what I thought was a terrible joke.
I can't trust him anymore.
Yeah.
It's me you can't trust.
Well,
it's me.
I don't know if Chris Demm was in the room, but I wondered because we started planning Chris Demm's birthday celebration late into our prep time period, I would say.
Yeah.
And the way you did it was you kind of oversold it to me, too.
Yeah.
As you buzzing him off. You're like, as you know, it's a big day. Chris Demm's birthday. And I'm like, you were definitely a stepdad that forgot.
Yeah. Then I've got to scramble. I said, get the songs ready. We did something for Chris Demm's birthday.
What did we do last year?
Yeah. I didn't forget like you obviously did.
Unbelievable. And yes, what... Normally, I would have said this yesterday. Get the songs in, get ready. Instead, we do it 2 minutes before airtime. I'm scrambling here. I've got the Dolly Parton song. Thank goodness for Biggie, or we wouldn't even have these songs. And I don't know. I was just fiddling around late going into to showtime. I was fiddling is what I was doing. We did a thing. Chris Demm said, do you have time right now? We wanted to test something. I turn on the cameras every day because we later will post YouTube videos of this program.
This.
The
three of us.
It's a lot of guys sitting here just chatting, a lot of static.
Just aging in front of your eyes.
Yes. In fact, Littlest Patriot cornered me in the hallway yesterday and said, I think you all need to do something to break character. And I said, what do you mean?
To what?
He goes, well.
To break character.
He wants to. He says, we need to do something totally unexpected in this new year. We, at some point in the year, go from one extreme to the other. Something you'd never expect from this show.
Have Biggie say he's gay.
Right, something like that.
What?
Does someone need a divorce?
Something.
Yeah. Have a fake divorce.
I feel like over the holidays, the Littlest Patriot was like reading something or studying something.
Without a doubt.
He's our boss here, and he's acting differently.
He's way more complimentary. I walked by his office yesterday and said hey to him, and he said, Biggie, sounding great. 17 years, I've never heard that.
No, that's not the Littlest Patriot I know.
No.
Remember he asked me about New Year's Eve, and I was flummoxed because I couldn't remember what I did.
Yeah.
I was more floored that he asked.
What?
Why are you taking an interest in me?
Exactly. Never in the history. I've known him 20 years.
No.
Never in the history.
He lives on his phone and in his office, staring at computers, crunching numbers, building strategies.
So, he asked Chris about New Year's Eve. He gave you a compliment. Yesterday, I was coming out of the toilet on my way to leave, and he goes, I need to have a word with you. And we're, what?
Well, step into my office.
Well, he got me at the stairwell. And he said, I want us in the next 12 months on the Two Guys Named Chris show to do something completely out of character. Conflict of character is what he called it. Like something
It's a buzzword, sounds like.
I thought, what have you been reading? What's going on here?
He's read something.
One time, I watched, like most people have, a documentary on Sex and the City and how they made it. You know how much I like the show.
Yeah.
So
that's your character.
It's
in fact, you are at least a couple of the characters.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Charlotte.
You say.
Yeah.
But many think I'm a Carrie because she's self-centered. Carrie talks only about herself and really burdens others with her problems.
Well, I mean, the first 5 minutes were how you messed up the birthday.
Oh.
Still not wishing him a birthday.
Yeah.
I'm so upset by this. I'm so upset by this. You know, Charlotte would have remembered the birthday weeks in advance and brought in she would have decorated the room.
There would have been croissants in here
Am I a
and a
Carrie?
card.
She would have got you a cameo from a celebrity.
Yes.
Actually, I looked into that, but I realized most of the people you guys reference are dead. Well, let me go through the list here. Maybe a cameo from dead. Cameo from dead.
All his favorites.
Maybe Charlie's Angel still living.
Do we have Charlie himself?
Yeah.
No.
Long dead. Charlie.
Long dead.
No.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm coming to a reality. I'm a Carrie. I'm not a Charlotte. Anyhow, when I watched the
documentary about the show.
Yes, they were talking to the writers and producers and so forth, and the writer said, "Here, our goal on this show was just when you got comfortable with a character, we made them do something you'd never expect. For instance, Charlotte was always very prim and proper about sex and dated only really good-looking guys. She married a guy who was regular looking, not considered good looking. They wanted her to do that. He was bald, he had hair on his back, and she fell for him. And he was Jewish, and she wasn't. She was completely
interesting.
Yeah, and so they always did that, and I thought, And they gave other examples, and I thought, And so when Littlest Patriot cornered me in the stairwell and said, you should do something completely opposite of what your character would be.
During the meeting, during this conversation, while he's ranting and raving, because he speaks a lot of words a minute.
Yeah.
Was your mind just drifting back to Sex and the City?
As soon as he said it.
Did you just drift away in your mind and your eyes glaze over?
As soon as he said it.
Bum, 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 bum,
I thought, this is like Sex and the City, where one of us or all of us would do something that no one would ever expect, completely out.
So he wraps up his spiel, and you're like,
yeah. I was like, okay.
So you've agreed to something you don't know what it is.
Yeah. He said, think about it. So we have to do something.
Okay. Yeah, I will.
Something that you'd never expect, from this program.
Yeah.
Is what he wants, to turn it on its on a dime all of a sudden. It's, boom, out of nowhere. Well, I don't know what it would be.
Yeah.
But
that typically it does go against the grain of everything we've been taught about this business.
Yeah, I know.
Be who you are.
I know.
Exactly.
Be yourself.
And interestingly, I was thinking about Sex and the City, and they do that, and I was like, should we or shouldn't we? It would be like, I don't know what it would even be.
Yeah.
But it would be something like, whoa, out of the norm that you'd never think to do. Although now we're really kind of inside it. But we all you do is you live your life or whatever. But 10 years ago or 5 years ago, I was eating at Chick-fil-A every day and doing totally different things, and I've sort of reversed that.
Yeah. You're
less fun.
Way worse now.
More annoying. Biggie and I were just discussing Biggie's inbox.
Yeah. Well, because I said that, if you're on social media, your algorithm, they call it, where they send you, certain videos, everything starts to see what you like.
Right.
And I realized that there's a Chris Kelly algorithm.
Within the email world.
Within the email and messages.
Really?
And my Chris Kelly algorithm has changed.
Yeah.
It was, pickleball.
Yeah.
Well, now you're talking about sacking, as I call it.
Rucking. Rucking.
Yeah. So now my new algorithm is, hey, tell Kelly I rock. Here's some tips. Hey, here's a rucksack Kelly may like. And I'm always like, why are you sending it to me?
I haven't even rucked yet. I really want to do a snow ruck this weekend, but I'm not going to have the gear.
That would not be the way to start, would
no,
it?
No, I don't think so. No. But it's going to snow here Friday night into Saturday, and I'm going to be sitting Saturday all day doing nothing. Now, it's a good day to do it at 3 football games.
Yeah.
How great is
True that.
Or how great is Saturday, or maybe it's 2 football.
2 football Saturday, 3 Sunday. Yeah, but either way, great.
What a weekend. You can't leave the house. You got football all week. It's all falling into place. But I thought, I've got loads of time on my hand. I might as well do a ruck this weekend. I do not have the equipment to do it. And to get it, I would have to go to a physical brick-and-mortar store like an REI, and I feel like it'll be more expensive that way than really searching out the right thing to buy. I don't know. But I've thought about it. And my wife keeps telling me, stop with this. This is ridiculous.
Stop sacking.
Stop sacking. You are not going to do it. It's too much. You're too over the line.
I think you should just take your daughter's backpack and fill it with Diet Coke and walk around with it.
That was Kristen's.
I agree. That's how you start.
Books,
see if you like it.
Whatever it is.
We have our dear friend and longtime P1 to the show, blogger Jen. I'm not sure if you got her email.
I saw that email.
She said she and her husband ruck all the time. They just strap their kids to their backs.
That's really what you do.
She said, when they ruck, their weights bite them and wiggle.
Isn't that funny? That's blogger.
She's got away with words.
Blogger Jen. She's a great blogger.
Yeah.
And she said, we have a rucksack. It bites me in the shoulder. God, that's true, too.
It poops. It bites.
Kids will do that.
It wriggles.
When they're teething, I used to wear my kid on my back, like around Disney World and other places. And especially when they're like 2 years old, they bite you in the shoulder and neck, and you're like, God, it's a part of. You're like, God. I mean,
throw it.
It's a part of parenting they don't tell you about. And they just get, and you've got teeth marks in your shoulder.
Is that why some people wear them
on the front?
Forward on the front?
Maybe.
Like little baby Carlos in The Hangover?
Yeah. But now, years ago, when my kids were young, somebody came up with that thing where you wear them on the front, and it leaves your arms more free, and I think it gives the baby a more
Yeah.
And of course,
I do see more like new moms with the baby facing them, not in the Carlos style facing
out. There's different schools of thought on that too. There was a book written later saying wearing your babies on the front is what gives it makes them too secure, too attached to the mother. You know, you should give them more independence by letting them walk or push them in a stroller or whatever. There's a lot of, of course, if anybody does anything, there's always a pushback to it, just like we're trying to do here. You know, you go too far one way, you got to come back the other.
I saw a funny kind of meme the other day that said every parent has smacked their kid's head into a wall as they carry him back to their bedroom.
Yeah.
And every parent I sent it to was like, absolutely.
Sure,
You're carrying your 3-year-old and just bam. And you're like, oh God, but they didn't wake up.
Well, like we wanted those videos very young where kids could, they were educational videos. Now I forget what they were called, but you watched them on DVD. We got them, and then somebody wrote an article saying, don't let your kid watch these. They get too addicted to television. You know, it's like they're staring at a screen all the time.
Oh, but before they're really developed.
Yeah, because they were designed for
like the Baby Einstein.
That was it, Baby Einstein.
That's right.
We bought all the Baby Einstein, and my wife's mother gave us as a present, and then we read an article saying don't let your kid watch.
Did your kids listen to classical music in the womb?
We did some of that. We put the headphones on the.
Or was it more like Achy Breaky Heart?
Some of that.
Garth Brooks' later works.
Yeah, some of that. You know, my daughter got her nickname. I believe I've mentioned this. This is the biggest regret I think I ever had. In the movie Meet the Parents, the cat's name is Jinxie. Jinx, right? Mr. Jinx.
The one who knows how to use the toilet.
Yes. So one night when my wife was 8 months pregnant, we were laying in bed watching Meet the Parents. It was on, and we just watching it. And the cat was on, and so I started singing to her belly, Jinxie cat, just, I don't know. I just started singing it.
Because that's what the De Niro character sings.
Right.
He sings the Jinxie song.
And I said, Mr. Jinx in there, and I was just mouthing to the belly. Well, my wife started calling the unnamed baby Jinxie or Jinx. And now to this day, that is her nickname. I mean,
within the family,
people say, "Hey,
is it
Jinx.
A very small circle?"
Yeah, mom, grandma used to, a couple aunts and uncles, Jinx, Jinxie, and I hate it, and I sort of created it, and I can't stand it. So I've never called her that, and I think that is the oddest thing. And she's now 16 years old, and my wife still says Jinxie's coming home at noon. And I'm just like, what? Why do you keep calling her that?
This is one of those cats in the cradle moments, though, because you'll start weeping when she goes off. Jinxie.
Probably. Yeah, probably so. Anyway, today we were testing something. This is another reason I didn't get Chris Demm's birthday songs ready in time.
Tech stuff.
We, on video, post YouTube videos later, and I have to turn on the cameras. So today in our office, I turned on the camera and I said, there's Biggie. And you were working away.
Just tapping, click, clicking.
And Chris Demm said, what is the delay on what we're watching here? And I said, I bet it's 30 seconds to a minute. He's in there just tapping. You can't tell because, you're doing the same stuff. And Chris Demm says you should call him and have him give you a signal. And we'll see how long in real time. So I buzz into Biggie and he picks up the phone and I said, can you give me a signal? Now, we're going to start the camera. Give me a signal.
And then we'll start a little countdown.
Yeah, as to how long. And so Biggie starts, only about 2 seconds delay, maybe 3 seconds. He gives us the finger. And I said, we're getting something now.
It's like one of those old school radio broadcasts. We're picking up a signal now.
I can't quite tell.
He's making a gesture of some sort. I can't tell if he's friendly or not, or hostile.
What's he doing exactly?
He was waving the finger at us. Okay, there was a finger wave.
So
we got it. It's only about a 3 second delay.
That'd be a fun little gift to put up
on YouTube. Yes.
A big man finger.
Yeah. Big man's finger. We have it. We captured it. We've captured it now.
You can put it down.
Yes. I said, you can stop now. And he just kept on giving it. And then he said, we've got Chris Demm's happy birthday song. We have 3 to choose from. We have Regular, and Dolly Parton. And
I think they're all great.
They are. They really are fantastic. We'll play them throughout the program.
Yeah, I think we just split them up.
Let's start with the Regular. This is for our dear friend.
true.
You wouldn't believe how much that cost us to get done.
No, I don't think I would.
Well, there's no better tribute.
No.
Does he speak Spanish at all? He does not. Well, let's sing half of it in Spanish.
I think it was discounted if we got half of it in Spanish.
There's another one coming up. The guy's just kind of raw on his.
Do that in an hour.
Yeah,
let's
do that
in an hour. 40 minutes from now. We don't want to give too much away here. Chris Demm's birthday celebration continues here next on the Two Guys and Chris Show.